To just share with you the Btcexpress compensation plan, the 2x3 leverage hybrid multiplier, 10 levels deep pay plan. This is probably the most exciting comp plan structure that I've seen in the cycler or the board concept. So I wanted to share this with you so that you get to understand why this is different. And if you guys have been in the space where you've done boards and gifting and that kind of stuff, cyclers, you're going to realize and appreciate why this model is probably one of the most exciting, the best, and the fastest, the one that pays the fastest, okay? So first things first is this is not a splitting kind of matrix where your person comes in, they fall on the right, and then you move one side, they move on the other side. Here is if you get one, that get one, that get one, okay? That's one guy that gets one guy that gets two. You get paid on, the two people that are coming on your pay line because it's a 2x3. So what's cool about this is that you might come in the program and as a spillover, somebody will fall under you and he invites a few. Those people could actually enable you to generate profits. And I'm going to share with you how that spillover happens and occurs just with the paid forward concept that we have here, which is extremely powerful. Now, there are several entries. The $50, the $100, the $250, the $500, the $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $8,000. Just know that in order for you to be able to go on higher levels, you also have to be on the lower levels. That means that even if you bring somebody in at $8,000, he has to be in the $4,000, $2,000, including the $50, the $100, and the $250. So you get a chance to benefit from him on the lower levels as well. This enables for you to also maximize your commissions on every single board, and you guys will see how powerful this is. So matrix 1 is what we call the $50 level. The cool thing about this, which I think is very exciting, is the PIF concept. The first person that lands on your pay line, okay, will enable you to have what we call a paid forward. You're going to have access to 2 entries to put somebody in onto a $25 level, which is a 2x2. And this is where the motor of the activity is. The fact that more people are coming onto that level and they're pushing people up to the higher levels automatically, okay? And people could actually buy additional positions from their PIFs, or they could just invite a new person into the activity to discover and learn about Bitcoins and learn how to get a wallet and be ready to acquiring Bitcoins instead of investing a lot of money into it and benefiting from those coins going up in value. When you're on a matrix, the $50 matrix, you're going to get $145, okay, the first time you cycle, so it's $20 per positions. And if you're already on the $100 level, you get $100, or when you re-enter, you get $100 additional, which is $245. Now, the 2 people that you're going to invite into the matrix are going to go into a 2x2 force, and it's also a 2x2. Actually, it was a 2x2 force, but it was modified to a 2x2 follow me. So even people that are in the paid forward can invite people onto their paid forward board and push them through. But by default, if they don't invite them to follow automatically onto the board, it's going to push the next person in line to move up to the $50 level. So what happens is $50 move you up to the $50 level, and you're going to receive 2 PIFs to invite 2 more people into the paid forward board, which is going to enable another person to move up and follow their sponsor onto the $50 level. Very, very exciting, because the good news about this PIF concept is if you are on the PIF, let's say somebody invited you for $25 and you don't want to wait too long, you have $50 and you want to upgrade. When you upgrade to the $50 level, you will get 4 PIFs that you could use to invite 4 more people onto the PIF board. This is so exciting, guys, because those 4 people could do like you and get their 4 PIFs in that 16 PIFs available that they can use to attract more people into the activity. Very, very, very exciting. The second matrix, which is the $100 board, pays out $325. So you're looking at $40 per position on the third row, okay? And if you're already on the 250 level, you're going to receive an extra $250. But as soon as you cycle, when you re-enter, you're going to receive $250 plus $325, which is $575 on matrix number 2, which is the $100 level. Matrix number 3, which is $250. To join, and again, it's not just $250, it's $250 plus $100 plus $50, so that's $400 really. You're gonna receive $925, okay, plus an extra $500 if you're already on the high levels or when you re-enter. Now I want you to understand something. If you are on the 250 level, that means you're on the 100, that means you're on the 50. If you cycled on the 250 level, that means you're also cycling on the 100 level, okay, and you're also cycling on the 50 level. So you're not just earning $925 the first time around, you're earning plus $325, and you're earning an additional $145 for being on the 250 level, guys. Remember, it pays on every position. This is really, really exciting. The fourth matrix is $500. That'll put you at $1,850 the first time you cycle. Okay, if you're already on the $1,000 level, you're gonna get an extra $1,000 once you cycle, and then you're gonna receive $2,850 every time you re-enter. that pays $231.25, obviously paid in Bitcoins for that value, into your wallet that you could withdraw instantly. Now, something I didn't specify earlier, the system will automatically upgrade you to the next level. Okay, as soon as 5 people enter, it will upgrade you to the next level. So you get a chance to benefit from that. You don't have to come out of pocket. And when the last person comes in, it makes you re-enter automatically into the matrix that you were currently in. And that happens for everyone in your organization, and they will follow you directly to your board. Now, the fifth matrix is $1,000, and obviously that pays $3,700 on that board, but it also pays $1,850, then $25, etc., once you cycle, because it pays you on all the other positions below you, right? Everybody that's on that level are also on the lower levels below you, so you get a chance to benefit from that. And if you're already on the $2,000 level, you get an extra $2,000, so that pays $462.50. The sixth matrix is $2,000, so that pays $7,400, including every other level below, plus an extra $4,000 when you re-enter, or if you're already on the higher levels. The $4,000 level pays $14,800, which pays also an extra $800 if you're on the higher levels, and when you re-enter, $8,000 plus $14,800, and you get about $1,850 every time somebody lands on your pay line. Remember, you get one, I get one, I get one. That's a quick $1,850. Okay. Then the eighth matrix, which is $8,000, you're gonna get $55,200, including all the other positions. That's about $88,000, almost $90,000 that you're gonna receive for completing this matrix. So you're looking at getting close to 90 grand with 14 people in your organization that came in at 1.65 Bitcoins. Very, 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 very exciting, guys, because most of the people that are in the Bitcoin space, they got the Bitcoins for real cheap. The value of 1.5 Bitcoin today is close to $20,000. Well, actually, 1.65 Bitcoins is pretty much $15,000. So you get a chance to, with that amount, get a value of close to $90,000 with just 14 people in your organization. This is a very quick way to accumulate, or I should say acquire Bitcoins, knowing that this is going up in value. Now, as we're speaking today, I think the Bitcoin's at 9,700. So it's pretty crazy. And it was about a few months ago, barely like $1,000. Okay. What's cool about this concept is that we pay 10 levels up based on people cycling in your organization. So you're getting 2% on average of people 10 levels down. I'll give you an example. For example, if someone in your team cycles on the $50 level, you're going to receive $4 upon completion of his cycle. When his other two below him will cycle, okay, which could be on your second level, you're going to get an additional $4 times 2. That's $8 additional. So on and so forth. The more people in your team that cycle, you're going to get a lot of $4 from people in your organization cycling. Now, you guys must know this. When you do a board, usually it could take some time for you to move up to the higher levels. Why? Because if you get leaders that come in further down in your organization, as it gets deep, they're following their sponsors. It's going to take some time for them to come back onto your board, especially if nobody's duplicating, filling up their matrices. Now, the good news here is that because we have the PIF, we're actually enabling for everyone to, in the perfect world, like they say, have the 2 people that they need to have to keep their matrix going because of the PIF concept, right? We're starting at a really low level. We're building this evenly, so you don't really have that imbalance with your organization where somebody's going to re-enter over and over underneath one person and not catch up to you. Well, even if they did, even if they're 4 or 5 levels down and they're cycling over and over again, you have an opportunity to make profits from every single person within your organization, even 5 levels down, and they are going to be generating you profits on every single level. Let me give you an example. Let's say I came in at $50 and I don't have a lot of money, but I invited someone that came in on the $15,000 level. When he cycles, I'm going to receive $1,120 for his cycle on the 8,000, but I'm also going to receive an extra $400, $200, $150, $25, $9, and $4 because he's on all the levels cycling at the same time. That's close to $2,000 of one person cycling with 14 people that came above me. Guys, you've never seen this in a 2x3 or board concept. This is totally new. It's refreshing. It's on steroids. And the people that are currently understanding the power of this compensation plan are eating it up because the system pays us instantly as soon as we request a withdrawal. And that is powerful. I just want to go over some numbers with you so you could understand on average. And this is just if everyone in a perfect world just has their 2 people and they're duplicating this 10 levels down. Okay, so on the $50 level, for example, if you have 2 personals that are cycling, you're going to make $8. If you have 4 people, which are the 2 of the 2 cycling, right? You're going to make 16 bucks. If you have 8 people on the third level cycling, that's 32 bucks. So the numbers on the top are the amount of people in your organization. Okay, it goes all the way up to 1,024. But remember, if you have 10 people in your front line, you may have hundreds of thousands of people in your downline, within your 10th level, which generates a lot of profit. But for the purpose of this, it's only up to 1,000 people in your organization on your 10th level, and you receiving not only on the 1,025, but on the 512, on the 256. You guys see the numbers here, and it's extremely powerful. When these people are upgrading to the next level, $100 level, 250 level, you could see what the numbers are, guys. If you have 16 people on the 250 level that cycled, you're going to get an extra $400. What if they're on the $8,000 level? You're going to get $17,000 from people that cycled, from 16 people that cycled on that board. That does not include the 6,400, the 3,200, the 1,600 from the other levels as well. So you guys can see the numbers. I don't have to try to convince you to show you how powerful this is. You've never seen a concept like this. I invite you to join the BTC Express Club. This is just a comp plan structure. We didn't talk about Bitcoins because the people that are seeing this are understanding what Bitcoins is about and why they should acquire it. But in order for you to be able to have cash, you have to know how to leverage it with people. And this activity will enable you to do this and pay you several levels down within your organization. Now, we're offering people to come in with Founder Members Pack. The minimum Founder Members Pack is $1,900. That will give you 5 PIFs. That will put you on 4 or 5 different boards, and you get the chance to start with the leaders that are really building this to acquire as much Bitcoin as they can. You could also start at $3,900. You get 10 PIFs, $7,900 or $15,900 on all the levels, and you have an opportunity also to benefit from what we'll call business direct, or if you have a business, you could promote it to the network and some other stuff like this. I'm not going into the details on all of it, but I just wanted you to understand really the power of the compensation plan and the type of income that could be generated. I hope this information was useful. If you like what you hear, get back to me so that I can get you started and you can start earning Bitcoins. Talk to you soon.